Happy Friday, officially Black Friday, as it is the day after Thanksgiving. And how was your Thanksgiving, guys? How many of y'all are traveling? Maybe those waistlines, maybe a little bit more snug today. I'd also love to hear what is your least favorite side item from Thanksgiving? Most of you probably will not be surprised, and those who maybe know me a little bit better or have been following me for some time, pretty much everything I eat is either brown, white, or yellow. There's not really any color on my plate or in my diet unless you count Fruit Loops, which the doctor says that doesn't count as a variety of color. But my plate on Thanksgiving is so pathetic. Like it is turkey and I don't like gravy. So it's usually turkey, rolls, and like mashed potatoes, as long as they're not like super funky mashed potatoes. I don't like cheese in them or anything like that. Mac and cheese, I'm not really a big fan of the homemade mac and cheese with the breadcrumbs. I like the Kraft old school style mac and cheese. Pretty much my body's just used to processed food. So, but I would love to know, I think I saw on a US statistic that most people's least favorite side item is cranberry sauce, which I was surprised by that. So y'all respond to this email. I want to hear, one, are you traveling for the holidays? Did you stay put? Did you host? And what's that least favorite side item? And then last, did anyone in your family bring up housing or real estate or mortgage? Like, were there any fights or battles over what's going on in the real estate market right now? Give us the scoop, spill the tea, okay? This week's coaching video is going to be about some of the updated features within Reel. So if you're someone who has been pretty consistent with posting Reels, or maybe you've seen some of my previous tutorials of how to post a Reel, they've added a few features. And so that's the beauty of a lot of these platforms is one, this is the first time in history where they've all gotten on the same page of the format of the short form video content. Now they all have their different requirements in the length of the video, but at least the size parameters, the dimensions are the same. Used to be even more complicated when they weren't all the same, but our goal should be about 1 to 3 reels a week. And they don't always have to be the perfectly polished reels that we edit. It can be for some of you who are on our video editing package, it's okay to use those, but every once in a while, mix in some that are organically posted by you. That way it feels authentic and it breaks up your feed from starting to look too perfectly polished where it could feel corporate. So I'm going to share my screen and essentially walk you through the steps. Excuse all my notifications. I'm going to open up Instagram. And right now it immediately takes me to my profile. So if yours doesn't look like this, like maybe it took you to your home feed. If I were to push the little home button on the far left, that's the home, or you can click your profile, which is the one on the bottom right. So either way, if I go to the plus symbol, either at the bottom in the middle or at the top on the right, does the same thing. I can hit plus. I can move this toggle at the bottom. This is how you can change, like, do I want to make this a post, a story, a reel, or go live? I do get this question asked quite a bit of how do you get to the reels? It's right there. Remember at the top, we have templates to the far right. Sometimes this can be very helpful when you're trying to create your own reels on socials. It has some pre-programmed templates in there for you. But let's say I have a video that I want to go ahead and post. So I have it right here in my camera roll. So I'm just going to tap on it. And then at the bottom, I'm going to click next. Now, at the bottom left where it says edit video, this is where we're seeing more and more features where Instagram's really stepping up their game on their editing, like in-app editing tools. So you can add audio here, you could add more clips, you could edit by clicking this edit button, you could use a sticker. This volume control is maybe you want your camera audio to be silent, obviously not for a talking head video, but this is where you would do that. And the best way to learn these editing tools is just play with it. It doesn't mean that you have to actually post them. Okay, so to get out of the editing, I'm just going to tap on my face because I want to get back to the video. And let's say I like the way that it is. I would then hit next. Here is what's really important, guys, before you ever post a reel. I've talked about this before, how the number one mistake I see is that most people don't have a hook over the top that will fit in their newsfeed. And they sometimes miss this step. See where it says edit cover in the middle? I'm going to tap edit cover. And sometimes it takes a little bit for it to register, but I can move this blue thing anywhere I want. I'm going to do it based off my very first screen, which has my hook. It says great marketing plus smart sales equals why exactly what to say certified. But here's the other part. go back to the top, see where it says profile grid? I want you to tap profile grid because now, oh, see, this still takes a little bit for it to sync. But this is where I can move to see what is actually going to show when I go to post this reel. How is it going to look on the actual news feed? Because not everyone watches straight from the Reels feed to get the full vertical view. So the most important part is when people land on your social feed for that social proof, it's only going to show the squares. So what we don't want is for the wording to be cut off. Sometimes it does this and it will probably be okay. I'm just going to give it some more time and we'll see. Okay, then you would go ahead and write your caption here. So this is, I had something saved in my copy and paste just to make it easier and quicker. But some of the new features to the Reels, you see where it says audience? You can now click on audience, and this is only if you're manually posting. So we can't do this through the scheduling tool yet because they haven't given that right to the open API. So this would, again, only be if you're manually posting the Reels, but you could create a different audience where if you wanted to keep some to only be visible by, for this example, would be close friends or everyone, then you can choose which audience you want to see. Another critical thing is see where it says tag people? This is really important for when you're doing your weekly show, the every Wednesday collaboration that you guys are doing. That is the most effective thing you can do on social right now because you click tag people and now they allow you to invite more than just one collaborator. So there's a difference from just add tag. When you add tag, it's only going to show on the tag feed, and I'll show you that in a minute. But if I do invite collaborator, let's just say I do my personal account. So I'll type in myself, but I could do multiple of these if I wanted to. Or the person that I'm interviewing, if you have micro clips from your interview, you always want to make sure you invite them as a collaborator. That way it shows on both of y'all's news feed. That's the holy grail right now, because when you show up on their news feed, then it gives their entire following is of trusted people. You're now getting exposure in front of them, so you can adopt that trust. Let's see other things. The add topics can be good. It's just, it's sometimes you're limited to 3 topics and it can be a little challenging based off the post. I usually, for my post, see how it doesn't give you a whole lot for home and garden hacks, and none of those would really work. So for me, what I typically do is small business, entrepreneurship, and financial markets. I haven't really seen that this does that much of a difference, to be perfectly honest. Some of them have the see more, but it's supposed to help give signals to the algorithms of who the target audience would be. So I just do it. Sometimes I rename the audio, and if I wanted it to be search friendly, then I could put social media content creation. This one was really about exactly what to say. So I'll just put loan marketing, kind of long. This will actually show as the audio name, and other people could use this audio, but I don't think most people would use my voice talking about this. So that I'm going to hit done. I'm going to go ahead and hit edit cover again just to see if this is caught up. Oh, see? Okay, now it's, see how wonky it is sometimes? So it's not you. You guys could do this on your own. You're like, okay, Deb said to do this and it's not working. Sometimes it's just, it takes a little bit for everything to catch up. If I'm happy with its placement, I've verified where it's going to fit in my feed. I could click on the left where it says cover. I could also always add from camera roll. See at the bottom in blue? If you had a cover photo with the text already written, and again, the text should be something enticing that tells the audience what the video is about to make them click. So I'm going to hit done, and it's not letting me scroll down, but that's pretty much the gist of it. So now I'm going to hit, I usually like to add a few emojis, but I won't for this. I'm going to hit share. And now what you'll see that it does, see how it says posting to plug and play _SM. Just so you know, when you invite someone as a collaborator, it will send them a DM, and I'll show you what that looks like for my other account, but it will send them a DM that says you've been tagged as a collaborator. They have to click review and they click accept, and then it will show up on, well, Dan Keller sent a little message. We'll look at that in a little bit. Okay, so there it is. But if I were to show you what this looks like now on my news feed, see how anytime I have a video, by looking at the little video icon, now the cover page with the hook is there appropriately. That's what we want. Whereas most people, they click on the middle icon here. So again, this is the news feed. This is your Reels feed. Now it shows the full vertical view. People, when they land on your feed, that's not where they go to. They go here. And then this guy to the right, where it looks like a person in a square, that's your tags, like people who have tagged you in post. Oh, lovely. Who is trying to, and sometimes this happens. So I'm just going to click on the 3 dots and put tag options, remove me from post. People always try to, I guess you can't hate their hustle, but That has nothing to do with me. Okay, so now going back to the newsfeed, I've checked it. Now I'll show you what it looks like from okay, this is what it looks like from a DM. This is what it does to whoever you invite as a collaborator. See how it says view request, you tap, and at the bottom where it says you've been invited, you have to click review, and then you hit accept. And when you do this, now it'll show, refresh. Now it shows on my news feed as well. So it's a way for me to post to both my personal and my business. I really just did this for an example. But if I click on this reel, see at the very top where it says Plug and Play SM and Deborah Byrd, and then see the audio, Loan Officer Scripting plus Marketing. So other cool things to always look at, and I know I've shared this before, but I usually would wait because sometimes you get delayed likes or follows, but every post you make, you could just click on the reel. So I'm just going to do my next recent one because otherwise I just posted the current one. If I click View Insights, see it in blue, it will show me how many plays, how many comments, how many shares. So remember, the gold is the shares, and then to the right, the ribbon is the saves. And this was just posted, I want to say this week, not that long ago, November 17th. Okay, and I'm recording this on November 21st. So only a couple days. Like, who's sharing this? That's great. These are the things that sometimes we don't review. And so we assume that our posts aren't working, that it's not successful. Now, it does say accounts reached, real interactions, profile activity. So kind of a bummer. No one's gone to my profile, but that's probably because I'm on my Deborah A. Byrd and not the Plug and Play SM, since I had posted it originally from Plug and Play SM. So we can see if that looks any different. Also look to see that it's not uncommon for reels to go to more non-followers. That's why we post reels, is it helps with that discoverability. Instagram now shows initial plays and also replays. Like, how crazy is that there's 1,800 replays over and over from the initial plays. It shows you watch time, 16 hours, 28 minutes, real interaction. It's not going to show me followers because that will go on my Plug and Play SM account. I believe we can spot check it. And so let's do that. Let's do that now. I go to Plug and Play. I'm going to click on the same reel. I'm going to go to View Insights. Okay, look, profile activity. Again, sometimes when we don't look at our insights and we just choose to measure based off likes and comments, that doesn't necessarily show conversion or opportunity for conversion. This is why the importance of your profile being set up to convert is important. And I'll show you that in just a second. But 4 taps to the profile is great for a reel that's only a couple days old. And then let's look at 4 new follows because of that. Okay. So what I mean by your profile being optimized, see where I have packages plus tips here. I have a call to action in my bio, and then I have a link that if I click the link tree, it makes it really easy for people to either join my email list. I'm either wanting people to go to the website, book an appointment, join the email list, because at the end of the day, if I can also get them into my database, the better. So that is why it's so important to also have a bio and that link or that call to action that makes it easier to convert the people who tap on your profile. And what is a good sign is all of those who tapped on my profile, assuming those 4 then actually started to follow me. So that's what we want to see within our content. So hopefully that was helpful. Any questions, as always, you guys just let us know. We do need to be upping the video content game. I really want to stress upon all Plug and Play clients that if you do not have a YouTube channel up, let us know in an email. We will help set up one account for $150. Or if you need more than one social media account set up, then the next package is $600 for 5 social mediums to just be reviewed. So that's not part of any of our packages, and we only offer it to clients. Is some of you maybe just be posting to Facebook and Instagram. And although that's okay, because those are the 2 giants. I do strongly believe, and especially with our scheduling tool, it makes it really easy to make one manual post. Instead, if you use our scheduling tool, and I'll actually show you what it looks like. I actually just gave a talk on this very topic, so you guys can at least see what I'm talking about. But we still want to grow visibility even on platforms that we may not be consuming on, and even ones that you may think your ideal audience is not on. At the end of the day, if you're going to make a post, why not leverage AI and tools to auto post for you based off when your audience is most active? There's doing things hard and there's doing things smart. I believe we have to do both. I also know Facebook can be or social media can be a distraction. And so I also want to protect y'all's time. And so this is our tool. If you want to add on the tool, it's $99 a month, or you can pay for the year in advance. And I want to say it then is only $89 a month. But essentially, you just upload your posts like you would any normal platform, but you use it on this is a web-based, so there's not an app, it's a web-based link that you'll go to and you just upload your post. You then drag and drop it on whatever day you want it to go out, and you could pre-schedule for as long as you want. And it has AI to read what type of post it is. Is this a longer video, short video, a question that leads the caption? Does it have hashtags? No hashtags. And basically, the AI will synthesize all of that data and then it will auto post for you on all platforms. So, guys, I'm talking your personal LinkedIn and your business LinkedIn, Twitter. This is TikTok, YouTube, and YouTube Shorts, Pinterest. You do have to have a board set up so it knows where to post it. Instagram, as long as it's a professional business account. Facebook groups, unlimited pages. Meta has not given us open API access to any scheduling tools to schedule on a personal profile. So that one, I have a feeling may be coming soon. And also Google. Not all the time could I post all of my videos to all the platforms, because if it's longer than 30 seconds, it's going to fail on Google. But I still try. I'll get a fail post notification on the ones that it couldn't post on. So if I wanted to go back and manually post, I could. But essentially, you create one post, you drag and drop, and it'll auto post for you. What I also really like is that it has social inbox. So it'll show me all of my inboxes on all of my platforms all in one spot. It's like your hub for your social media. It also has good reports and analytics. And so this is just the gist of our scheduling tool, but we do need to be doubling down on videos and on our story post. So if you're not posting at least 3 stories a day, and again, these are just the day in the life of what you do, make that your personal goal. We're almost to December. So remember, the perfect cocktail mixed of different post types. If you are someone that really wants explosive growth, then guys, it's a partnership between us and you. There's some things we just can't do because we aren't you. We're not your face. But if you're someone that's, Deb, I am serious, I need to grow, I need market share, like I want to put in the work right now, then it's gonna require work. There's no easy fix or quick pill that you can take. And so this is the cocktail mixture that you would need to commit to. 3 to 8 story posts a day. Add some stickers so that people can engage with your stories. Break it up throughout the day. Maybe every time you go to eat, think, what could I post on my story that's just documenting? It's your vlog. Let's just say that it's your vlog. 1 to 3 reels per week. I would say 3 reels per week. I would say 2 carousel posts a week. In fact, if you guys go to your Explorer feed right now on Instagram, I will almost bet, I'll just go ahead and bet you guys a Starbucks gift card that I hands down bet when you click on the little magnifying glass, that's the Explorer feed. I bet you see more carousel posts or the multi-image where you swipe. I bet you see more of those than reels. There's 2 or 3 carousel posts per reel post now on the Explorer feed, which Explorer feed is where people go to explore and build new connections. So this, I would say at least 2 a week. 3 to 5 image posts a week. 100 comments a day, that's a little much. If you have your favorite speed set up, it's not as difficult to do, but let's start with 20 comments a day. 20 DMs a day. I prefer to do those based off the story post, other people's story post. 1 to 2 collabs per week. So again, this could be not only from your host to show day on Wednesdays, but then maybe one other could be a micro clip from one of your interviews that you're inviting them as a collaborator again from maybe post or like prior interviews, and then going live once or twice a month. Like this is what, if you want to grow or you're frustrated with results, ask yourself, am I doing this? We help support a lot of this. And sometimes we even try to create reels for you when you're not creating reels, or carousel posts when we see you haven't had a carousel post in a while, simply because if you're not going to do it, we know we need to do it for you. But I would prefer to have your face. Anything with your face in it is better than just some of the reels that we try to do where we're trying to just supplement. That's why we also use stock photos, because anytime we can show even a baby or a dog or a person, that helps with the algorithm. So if you're wondering why we use so much stock footage or why we use housing photos, it's because we're telling the algorithms what the post is about or who possibly could be the ideal audience. It's important to know the different types of features and their benefits of why we do reels. It's for discoverability. Why we do DMs, it's for connection. Why we do just regular feed posts, whether it's carousel or single image, that's to nurture those who are currently following you. Story post, going live, builds community. Community is a buzzword for marketing in the future. Who are you? What do you stand for? These are the types of things that I have told you guys on Tuesdays. That's why I give y'all a TCA link included in the battle plan every week. One, to just help those who may need financial strategy ideas. Not that you guys ever have to post that TCH, just to show the financial lesson that then I want you to post organically, whether it's on your story or as a reel, to position you over time as the mortgage expert who thinks beyond just rate, payment, and cash to close. That takes consistency every Tuesday of some kind of financial strategy or mortgage strategy every week so that over time, when people associate your brand or your name, they're like, oh, that's the dude or girl that thinks differently. They actually look at this from a different angle when most are conditioned to just talk about rate and fees. Wednesdays are the host your show days. We're doing the collaborations. Remember, the first Wednesday of every month is your real estate agent mastermind that we should all be hosting every single month. I actually put on our monthly calendar that you're hosting a real estate agent mastermind on the first Wednesday, and it's the third Wednesday where you're doing a client educational class. So these could be Zoom or lives. I prefer the partners. You could offer it both ways. The real goal is getting people to your classes so that you can have the face-to-face interaction. Inevitably, people will sign up for a virtual and then they'll be like, are you sending out the replay? And it's you want to create that tribe. So if you can do it live, great. If you do it Zoom, you tend to get more signups and more reach because a lot of people don't want to drive somewhere and get ready. But the goal, especially let's say December and the first quarter of Q1, go ahead and identify what's going to be your topic for your real estate mastermind in December and your client one. And maybe these, since it's December, you could do like a sweater drive or scarf drive that helps with build community. You could probably combine those two if you wanted to. But then think of January, starting the year with your finances. And maybe you have a financial advisor or a credit repair specialist help you. But think of your topics and I'll help. I'll brainstorm on this and I'll talk about this next week of let's look at our calendar for all of next year. What are going to be the little lessons we can teach our database of clients? And then how can we create presentations to help our agent partners continue to learn from our monthly masterminds? So that's Wednesdays, Thursdays is storytelling day where you can get on, you can go live and be like, hey guys, just wanted to reach out. I had a client contact me. They are thinking of divorce just right after the holidays. Unfortunately, the good news is these clients are both, it's amicable and it's not in spite or hate. So it's just they decided to move on. And this is typical. This time of year, we have more clients reach out to us where they're trying to get financials in order. And usually the largest asset most marriages have is the home. And so they were wanting to know, is their home loan assumable or what are the options for dividing the marital home? And so if that's you and you have the same question, I'd love to connect. Just shoot me a DM or give me a call. So Thursdays are storytelling days. Fridays are financial literacy. You could also post like on your stories where you're showing the fun side, the culture of your team. But remember, Fridays, financial literacy is so broad, which is what we need right now because there's not a lot of people searching for mortgage or real estate. But the financial literacy component, and we talked about this last week on that webinar, but you could have people looking for credit help and they may be looking to buy a car. It's not necessarily a home, but it can sometimes influence people before they know they're ready to buy. And so we have to create a little bit more broad content. So saving, retirement, wealth building, things like that. And then don't forget, Saturdays, you're posting a personal post. If for some reason you want us, if you guys need our help to sandwich in some personal post for you for the ones that we're scheduling for, as long as you send us the photo and like somewhat of a caption to give us some kind of framing of what that photo is supposed to be about or what you're okay with us sharing. We've had people send us photos here and there, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, how do I write a caption for this to schedule it? We are willing to go above and beyond to help you guys right now. So if you need help with that, you can schedule a support call. We'll have your account manager jump on the phone with you and we'll coordinate. And we could pre-schedule out on your Saturdays the things that you want from a personal standpoint, as well as Sundays. If you want a comical meme or a personal development type post, just tell us what you're comfortable with. Give us a clue of the caption that you were thinking based off why you chose that image, and we'll post it for you. I don't want these branded though. I don't want Saturday and Sunday to look like we've done it for you. I'm trying to intersect in between the posts that we make, between what you're doing for reels or going live. I just don't want your feed to look too corporate. So that's my big goal on that. Okay, I have talked for a really long time on this Friday update. For those of you still listening, know that from the bottom of my heart, I am truly grateful for y'all's loyalty and your belief in yourself and the investment in your brand. I know it is not easy out there. I do see some light at the end of the tunnel for next year. It does already show promising that there's going to be more transactions. But for a lot of you who have hung on, and we've had some who've had to pause, I do believe they will be back. But for those of you relentlessly choosing to invest in your brand, it will pay off. And from the bottom of my heart and all of us at Plug and Play SM, we are so grateful. And I'm actually truly grateful for the mortgage industry. And maybe that's the last thing I'll end with is think about as we gave thanks yesterday, and I know, that could be more personal or family oriented. What are you grateful for with the mortgage industry? For me, a lot of the relationships I have and the people we serve, I would have never met any of you if it weren't for this space. And so I'm just grateful for the impact that we're able to make through you guys. We're basically just creating curriculum that y'all are the teachers or the vessels that get the credit for the curriculum. So that maybe together with all of our posts, we may be able to change the world and how they get into debt and how they look at a mortgage and buying homes sooner. That is our goal through all of us together. We don't need to be the ones who get the credit for it. We don't want to be the ones doing those loans. We want to connect these families and these partners to those who actually care. And that's you guys. Otherwise, you wouldn't be investing in your brand and you wouldn't be posting on social to spread financial literacy if you didn't believe that at the core. So, we want to help the good guys, regardless of production. I don't care if you do one loan every other month or 100 loans. We want the good guys, and we know how hard it is being a loan officer, especially today. We have a lot of empathy, and we're always scratching our heads behind the scenes of how can we give beyond what is expected and continue to pour into our rock star tribe. So that is it for this Friday. Hope you guys have a safe weekend and stay tuned for next week. Take care.